We have the championship class set. It's time to get turbo! Hello everyone! We've got a really exciting video because we're going to be taking a look at the Beyblade Burst Turbo Championship class set. So this does come with a total of 6 bays. Think of this set sort of similar to the ultimate tournament collection thing, whatever they called it, in Beyblade Burst Evolution. So this set is really cool. Now obviously, I want to see some likes on this video. Let's try to get this video past 1,000 likes because this set's really awesome. I also love the box art. I really love the auras all clashing with each other. So in this set, it comes with Roktavor R4, Crash Roktavor, Wonder Valtryek, Dread Phoenix, Turbo Achilles, Air Knights, and Fafnir. So I have to say this right off the bat. Obviously, thank you to Hasbro for being able to hook us up with this set. Very much appreciated. So yeah. You know, obviously gotta say that this video is technically a sponsored video by Hasbro. Doesn't really matter. Set's really cool. I like the art and everything. This is also our last set before we move on to Beyblade Burst Rise. So we're gonna see how cool it is. So this does have the Battle League thing. That's why I was wearing my Battle League shirt. So if you don't know what the Battle League thing is, it's basically a thing in the app where you can make your own teams and clans and battle to gain points and rewards. They've been improving it over the year on the Beyblade Burst app, and I believe there's also a QR code on the side thing, which is this thing right here, which says battle in the app. It also comes a little tourney thing. So that little tourney thing is a little thing that you can make your own little tournament, which is pretty cool. So yeah, taking a look at the side, they obviously show off all the bays in this set. Turbo Achilles, Fafnir, Roktavor, and download the app. And Air Knights, Dread Phoenix, Wonder Valtryek. So actually something I want to say right off the bat, since I just noticed this. You'll notice on the set it says till 6/30/2021. Before it said 2020, which also, I just wanted to say that real quick because that's pretty good. Meaning Beyblade's probably going to go on for a while. This is probably for the Hasbro side. Anyways, taking a look at it, I guess we'll go from this side to the other side. This is probably my least favorite is the Valtryek and the Roktavor. The recolor looks sick. But it's just sort of weird choices. They could have probably done some other. I would have preferred Excalius or something like that. But I guess Valtryek they had to include. They could have picked Turbo or something like that, right? It's whatever. I actually would prefer Turbo Surprising, to be honest, over Roktavor. But either way, these recolors do look pretty cool. These are the stats for it. I mean, we pretty much already know how this is. In terms of being a Slingshock base, not really all that good, especially in the meta. Dread Phoenix is actually a pretty good base. So I do like the color scheme on this one. These are what the stats are all like. Friction Slingshocks kind of still has that issue where when it hits the bottom of the stadium, if you launch too hard in Battle Ring mode, it'll just switch automatically to Slingshok. Lair is solid though, so that's a good bay that they picked. Air Knight's really solid for Hasbro and has a really awesome recolor for it. Moving on to the other side. Turbo, Fafnir. Fafnir is a little bit, because it doesn't really have the rubber on the thing, and it's really bulkier. And Absorb Slingshot can't really do the clamp thing like regular Absorb could do, but it's alright. It's not really, I think my review over time, I think I just left it with a 7. Turbo Achilles is actually fun enough, I think I also gave a 7. This is also a really wacky recolor. Reminds me of the actual original starter Achilles. It kind of looks cool though, kinda. The Roktavor actually doesn't look that bad at all. I'm just a little bit sad there's no reach frame and there's no proof frame for the Fafnir. But yeah, Wedge Slingshot is actually a really good tip. The Roktavor layer is alright. It's not bad, but it's not crazy good either. Yeah, anyways, taking a look at this. What's really cool is look, when you see it on the stadium, they got all these symbols on the bays like Phoenix, whatever. So I guess you could also put frames around this, which is really cool. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at the stadium, take a look at everything inside. Kind of just wanted to show this off before I go over all the bays. So all the bays, all the launchers and everything is just in here. Yo, look at this stadium. So wacky. It's really big. Like, if you're gonna ask me how big this stadium is, I would probably say cross collision, maybe, kind of like cross collision size. Let me actually see my cross collision stadium. A little bit smaller than the cross collision. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than the cross collision, but it's still pretty big. They got like 3 little like speed curdles, whatever you call it. They got 1 rail system and kind of like this weird thing on the side. So it'll be interesting to see how this stadium's gonna work. They also got the top thing. So it says V for Valkyrie, the Achilles shield, the Phoenix symbol, and I think this is supposed to be the Fafnir symbol. So that's really cool. So I will try to like hang up frames maybe on the top after just to show, but we gotta actually go over all the little instructions or whatever. Just because I wanted to go over this part in specific, it does come with a little battle league tourney thing. So if you do eventually get, if anyone eventually gets the set, you can do it with your friends and you can set up like a little mini tournament. Yeah. So going least to most favorite in terms of design, we got Wonder Valtryek. So it doesn't look too bad. The only real issue that I have, by the way, Volcanic's gold, which at least the gold Volcanic does look nice. My issue is that why didn't they pick Turbo Valtryek? So I'm not really a fan of it. This is probably my least favorite. It looks all right. And the Slingshock gimmick with this, it is free spinning at the start. Volcanic is kind of free spinning, and then after you kind of like twist and turn, and then after it becomes tall. This is the least effective Slingshock gimmick. So just to see the slopes real quick before I do anything with measurements. Slopes are pretty standard, I would say. This is pretty much as good as the original. And the layer for Wonder Valtryek is 9.83, with the performance tip being 6 grams. So in total, we should have something like, let's see. Yeah, we should have 32.81 grams. Anyways, moving on to the next bay, which is my least favorite. It is going to be Hasbro's Roktavor R4. Not only do we not get, no, that's kind of, we don't get the reach frame. There's an orange wedge. I prefer actually Hasbro's wedge Slingshock over the original. We got about 9.87, and then after wedge, we have 7.85 altogether now. We have 36.59. It's the Hasbro Turbo Achilles A4. This actually does look nice. You can see there's transparency around it. Really looks cool. So this color scheme seems to be kind of based on the original starter Achilles. Pretty much the evolution in colors. The double O looks nice. Dimension actually doesn't look too bad. I'm still not a fan of how they handle Dimension. 17.26, and then after Dimension. But in terms of the recolor, I think Achilles looks fine. I don't know, they could have blended the colors maybe a little bit better for me to really like it. The Dimension at least matches the top part of the bay, of the Achilles, with the eyes and everything. And yeah, the full weights for this bay, we can see it right there. That's Turbo Achilles. Anyways, we're going to move on to Geist Fafnir. Something that is interesting is this Fafnir is actually based on, I got this from my original thumbnail, on the prototype Geist Fafnir. So it gets a lot of points just for that, for how it looks, for the appearance, because I think that's a really cool reference that they did. There is 8 dash for the disc, and then after absorb. Absorb Slingshock is something I'm not a fan of. It still can do the little double tap thing, the clamp action, as absorb does, but the issue is that since it's so tight, it can't actually do the little clamp down thing like how absorb actually can do absorb break. This video. The layer is about 14.89. Performance tip is about 6.61. It's literally on par with the original Geist Fafnir, 43.18. Awesome. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is probably gonna be this Dread Phoenix. Now this is a good recolor. This is a good recolor for Phoenix. I think Perfect Phoenix was a mediocre recolor release. Well, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a recolor release or if it was just like they wanted to release Perfect Phoenix. Either way, I don't like to be reminded of Hasbro's Perfect Phoenix. But this does look very nice. I think Dread Phoenix was a good job by Hasbro for at least the appearance. I know they're missing stickers on these 2 small parts there. Kind of whatever, it doesn't really matter to me. Appearance-wise, looks super nice. Orange with the blue blends really well. When you take off the armor, it looks really nice, so it's gonna look really nice when it's spinning. Now, put it all together. Slopes are pretty much, I would say, on par with the original Dread Phoenix. There we go, 12.71. I like the Air Knight because it reminds me of Drums Bay in Beyblade Burst GT. Because Drums Bay, oh, by the way, this is about 42 grams. Because Drums Bay is Air Knight or whatever. So Drum originally in Beyblade Burst Rise has an Air Knight, and this really does remind me of the color scheme of it. That's why I think it's at the top for me. Even if it's not the exact colors for what a Drum's Air Knight was, it's pretty much like the coolest one. By the way, assembled, slopes are really not that bad at all. This looks like a really nice recolor. So with this one is about 13.03. Then after we have got Eternal, which is about 5.65. We then actually got 12 with Expand, which Expand does come with the frame, which is good. Got about 20.03. Altogether now, we have about this much. We're gonna actually probably do some test launch battles, and then after I'll try it out in that new Hasbro stadium. All right, before we do the transfer to the new stadium, I figured to use the cross collision just because of how much I actually enjoyed the cross collision from Hasbro. And we're gonna do one-on-ones, not with the original base, but against pretty much their counterparts. So I thought I'd do the Valtryek versus the Valtryek, right? Or the Valtryek, whatever. You know, I thought it'd be something kind of cool just to do. Since, you know, gives me a reason to actually still keep the stadium with me. I'll do 2 rounds each, because after that I gotta do 3 battles on that new stadium. Alright, there we go. So now we're gonna do the Phoenix against the Phoenix. So we got Dread Phoenix right here versus Dread Phoenix right there. Oh, the armor just got knocked out. Alright. Oh no! Well, that's what happens when I lose the armor. Yeah, Dread Phoenix is like alright. Maybe the original one really is just the best one. Alright, anyways, moving on. Let's do Air Knight versus Air Knight. This is gonna be a fun one. 2 Hasbro Air Knights battling it out. I just need to see which Hasbro Air Knight is the better one. But I guess, you know, tell me in the comment section below. Do you still prefer the original, or do you like these new recolors? I don't mind these new recolors personally. But, you know, some people might not be fans. Yeah, the original, well, not the original, excuse me. The black Air Knight is the winner. So while I'm getting these last 2 bays, we're going to be doing... Now we're going to be doing Turbo Achilles against Turbo Achilles. So we're going to see, I guess, which one with the burst stoppers is the best. Let's see if we can get this. Ah! There we go. There we go. Alright. Almost lost there for a second. Actually, they're both pretty close. Alright, next up we're going to be doing the Fafnir versus the Fafnir. Except one has the frame I gave from Tacker Tom and the other doesn't. Which means I actually have to give this Fafnir a red proof frame. So it makes sense. I think I could probably get 1 red proof frame. I'll probably get it after, in all honesty. Yeah, because there is one I remember that has that proof frame that I need. Alright, the Fafnir lost to the Fafnir. Last battle with the Roktavors, I guess. So now the Roktavor with the Roktavor. Yeah, that's fine. This knocked off that Roktavor. So I'm gonna have to find it after. Again, I don't even know where it bursted it. It did a burst on it, excuse me. Yeah. So I guess that's gonna be it. So here we actually have the stadium itself. I kind of wanted this like wide shot just so we could kind of see it a little bit better. So honestly, it's pretty decent in size. It's not that bad at all. It's actually really good. So for a lot of people that complain, okay, Hasbro stadiums are really small, or, you know, for a Slingshock stadium, I don't really want to get a small one. You now have two options: the Cross Collision, which comes with 2 bays, or the Ultimate Championship class set, which comes with like 6 bays. So obviously, the bays are going to be pretty fun to battle with. But something I actually wanted to show was, like, look at this. You could actually just, I think you could kind of just like leave the layers on top like this. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but they literally got a hole. They literally got a hole on this stadium just so you could put those specific bays in there, which, to be honest, I kind of like, because now that means I can kind of like stack up all these bays. Like, let me just get the other ones. Look, I can put like the Achilles thing like right here if I wanted to. And that's kind of cool. And I can put like the Air Knight here. Look, they actually are meant to lock in. So that is something that I think is actually, I don't want to say Easter egg, because it's not really an Easter egg, but because it's like what the set did before, basically, just kind of like showed off that cool thing. So if you're gonna ask me on my true thoughts on this set, I think this set's kind of like, you know, it's all right. It's pretty decent, I would say. A lot of people might not be a fan of it, but, you know, I kind of like it. Again, it is pretty cool. Look at this. Phoenix goes like right here, locks in, and then after Wonder Valtryek just goes in there and locks in. That is sick. That is really cool. So what I'm gonna be doing now is, actually, you wanna know what? For future videos, if I ever want to do more battles at the stadium, I keep it like this for the top view because it kind of looks cool. So I don't know if I'm going to keep the top on for future videos. I just wanted to leave it there just for this review so people can kind of get the idea that, you know, for this review specifically, they can see the lid there. The lid's not hard to set up, and the little peg thing, all you got to do is just push. I had to put a little bit of force on the bottom of there just to actually get it to lock in, but other than that, it's pretty easy. So what I want to do now is actually do some battles. So we'll just do like just the main bays, and then after I'll maybe do one extra one. Because like the Cross Collision, right? There's like these weird little like speed things, whatever. This is good now. I just wanted to give this front view so you kind of get an idea. So actually, I am going to have to take off the lid for this video now that I need this shot. I just realized. But yeah, really cool. So let's do some battles. We'll first do like Roktavor against Wonder Valtryek. That is Roktavor. Yeah, this stadium, I gotta say, I think for the big stadium, this is probably I would actually argue maybe this is the best one. I think second contender is the original Rail Rush battle set. I think they managed to make a big stadium that wasn't like too bad. Now obviously we're gonna put these bays in their Slingshock mode, and we're gonna see how they perform. Whoa! It jumped! Yeah, that's why I gotta keep the lid. Ah! Alright, let's try that again. Jesus. They went crazy! They went crazy. Let me... What can I say? So, yeah, when they're traveling along, they do pretty well. I'm still not a fan. This is the only thing that might get an issue with in the stadium, because once they lose a lot of their rotation, most of the time they'll just stand and stay in there, which does kind of suck, but yeah, it's not too bad. So we're gonna go back to this shot for the Rail Rush, for the Battle Ring battles, I should say, actually. So next up, we'll do Turbo Achilles versus Air Knight. So there also is like this weird little bump in the middle, which I guess is whatever. So Turbo Achilles versus Air Knight. Probably one of the wackiest recolors versus one of the best recolors in this set. A few hits. Yeah, we're gonna put in the Slingshock mode in a second, don't worry. I also kind of like that it's light blue. It reminds me of the original, like, Hasbro stadiums they used to do, where it's like blue, yellow, red, like light blue. All right, we're gonna put these bays in their slingshot mode. There we go. All right, we're gonna get this shot right here just to pull it off. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Just make sure the stoppers are closed on the Achilles. Yeah, I was about to say with the Air Knight thing, yeah, Air Knight with that frame is still a little bit of an issue, so probably if you want to use bays like Air Knights and whatever, make sure there's no frame on it, because otherwise it's just going to get stuck on the stadium, and I don't think anyone wants that. I'm going to try that again. I don't know, I think Air Knight kind of switched out of it with Eternal. Yeah, that was Turbo Achilles A4. Okay, so we'll do one more round with Turbo Achilles just because, you know, this is actually a good bay. All right, so... Poor Air Knight. So with the shape of this stadium, that's, I think, the biggest issue that'll probably happen. Next up, we're going to be doing Dread Phoenix versus Geist Fafnir Hasbro. I think actually Geist Fafnir can beat Dread. To my memory anyways. Alright. It's Fafnir versus Phoenix. So, if I'm gonna be honest, there's no real point to using these bays in Battle Ring mode in this stadium. This is really just made for the Slingshot gimmick. So, if you're trying to just go, like, unless you want to do like 3 or 4 bays at once, that's a little bit different. No, that is a little bit different. Just in the case like this, it's better to go. Wow, it's pretty close to doing a burst, never mind. Oh no, I think I just pushed it, they're right. Okay, no, I just pushed it, alright. So next up, we're gonna be doing this in the Slingshot mode. So yeah, let's just try to see what happens. Also got some other spare bays for later battles. So now we got the stadium set up for the Slingshot battles. I got packeted, no! Gotta try that again. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of cool. So, let's stop it. I'll do maybe like, just because, I just want to show this off real quick. If you want to see like what a typical like multiple bay battle can be like, I'll get Dread Phoenix for an example. I'll also get Hasbro's Turbo Spryzen. Alright, let's just do some other Slingshot matches. So if you want to see for an example what like, yeah, you could do like you could easily pull off a 4-way battle in this stadium. You could easily pull it off. This stadium is definitely made so multiple bays could go just around the stadium. So just because of that fact, I do want to just get this shot right here that we had from before and just kind of show off like a multiple way battle and to end it off, I'll try to see if I can do all the bays at once. Alright. There goes the Spryzen. Alright, I'll get Turbo Achilles. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Turbo Achilles. So, I gotta say, we're gonna end it off with one final match. Alright, so to end it off, I thought, hey, let's try to just do all the bays at once before I forget. So you got the Fafnir, got the Roktavor. Keep on going, keep on going. No, the Phoenix knocked the Roktavor back in. Okay, that's Dread Phoenix. Alright, final rating for the set out of 10. So my only annoyance is that I actually had to add frames from something else just to actually put it on those bays. I still wish we got, you know, if people are going to spend a lot of money on this set, you know, I still would have preferred, hey, you know, at least give us like that one frame that everyone's been wanting since like day one for one of these bays, and the other one which should have been there to begin with. This stadium, I'll say, is not that bad at all. I would say, I guess, kind of better than the Cross Collision. If you want to have like a stadium where you want to have big Slingshock battles, or just like more Slingshock battles where it's less of an issue where the bays get stuck, this is the set to get. I think this is probably going to be the most refined we ever get for the Slingshock system, bays performing in this stadium. Out of 10, I don't even remember what I gave the Cross Collision. I would say the Cross Collision Stadium maybe was like an 8 out of 10 for what you get. This is maybe like an 8, 8.5 just with the content that you get. It's not that bad at all. I just wish that we maybe had better bait choices. But, you know, that's kind of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and stay tuned. I will definitely be doing a follow-up video where I do a whole tournament battles with this thing, because I really want to try out the Battle League, little tournament setup they got going on. And, yeah, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Alright. Turbo Achilles QR code. Fafnir QR code. And then after you got the Roktavor QR code. And then after you got the Dread Phoenix QR code. And then after that, there's Air Knight. Air Knight. There's, there's Wonder Valtryek. And then after moving on, because I know people have been asking about this, the final QR code, just to show it, is the Stadium one. And as we can see, it is right there. So go scan it, all the QR codes.